Aw, Claris with the good luck to his opponent. That's a nice...
That was Joey too, Claris, but both starting in Link's house.
Oh, already got a bottle.
3 red goo inside.
Yep. Joey heading up and Claris heading south. Looks like we've already got a split in the path.
Yeah, it seems Joey's heading for escape, or at least Uncle, and Claris is heading straight for the dam.
Is he trying to farm for something with those knights?
He was trying to get his tree pole for.
Okay.
It's typically a good idea to check that early. I tend to do it on the route from Sanctuary.
Yeah, that's where I usually do it. I often check it on my way to see if it's a pedestal seed or not. Not a pedestal seed. Maggot seed.
Yeah, it helps because you can get to Lumberjack Cave right along the path.
Yep. Oh.
Well, there's the lamp. It's vanilla location.
Vanilla lantern
and
already.
The damned water drainage.
Wow. Alright, so we've got a race.
2 good finds for both, along with a map check. We have Pendant Hera and Eastern, green pendant being on Hera.
Alright.
I did not catch what number Crystal Desert was. We might see it when Joey checks the map later.
We've
Sanctuary
also
seems to have had a boatload of money in it, too.
Yep. Apparently Desert was 5. So, important locations already.
Yeah, quite. Which also then brings about the question whether they'll need boots later.
Yep. Alright, so Claris and Joey heading along the same path. It looks like they're doing the standard check after
It
Sanctuary.
appeared Joey went to check a tree pole but didn't kill anything.
Yeah. I don't know how useful those hearts are going to be that early.
That's a bottle. Looks like for that item, at the very least, Aghanim will probably not be required.
No, not yet. We can still hold out that Pyramid has Moon Pearl.
It's always possible, and definitely annoying when it happens.
Oh no, I love it when it happens. When it's not me.
And it's not you, exactly.
Alright, now we're gonna see what's in Thieves' hut. Oh!
Speak of.
Well, that's my curse. If I say something is somewhere, it's the next item we're gonna find.
I mean, at least it's not cursing the runners to a long and winding seed, but... I mean, sometimes chat likes that.
Alright, Joey heading south, going to check Kakariko most likely. They both have the bottle, so it looks like they can do a full clear. They certainly have enough money to buy bombs.
Yeah, they can definitely check everything in Kakariko. And if they find the flute, that'd be nice just because they're in the area, but who knows.
If there's a flute in Kakariko, then I'd almost say Jet Seed.
Joey went to check Ball Kid first, I guess probably because he's going to go get bombs.
Yeah, he's got a bottle already, so it makes sense to check it there. And it gives him, he's right next to the tavern.
Oh, there's our first full heart container.
Yep. And there's the bomb buy.
This becomes commonplace if you run this game a lot.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, with the difference in items, that's, the glove and the lamp are leading 2 different directions.
Well, I mean, they also go say, check Death Mountain if you want.
Well, yes, but, both of them have only one piece of that puzzle.
This is true, though if Joey takes the route I'm thinking he's taking, he may end up getting his glove before long.
Mm-hmm.
Ball Bender is Shield Bender today.
Well, shields can be kind of helpful.
Yeah, they certainly can be, especially if you can at least get up to the fire shield. It's a nice little safety.
I don't know, I sometimes like just even having Fisher Price sealed. heard it called that once, and I just love that.
Yeah, I've heard it a couple of times. I think I've started referring to it that way myself. Oh, I have magic and
half
a sword.
Magic and fire sword. Holy crap! Meanwhile, Claris going up instead of to the well. Looks like they're just reversing their paths here.
It appears so.
Nothing really exciting inside the Blind's hut.
We just got the back chest left. Blue mail's a little better.
Yeah. It's a really defensive seed at the start.
Defensive, yes. Healthy, not quite.
No. So, Lamp and Power Gloves, that's easily a check on Death Mountain.
At this point, though, I would be semi-worried if we saw a cape or another sword upgrade, though.
I don't know. I think Hookshot would be more likely.
Well, I'm worried because those items would say you may have to do Aghanim this seed for Dark World access.
Blue Cane, too. I think.
I think just the cape works.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
What is on the bookshelf today?
It's just some love.
Nothing we really need.
Just some love. I'm more interested in what's in the race. Just some
monetary
cash.
reward that is not really worth it.
Cash prize.
I'd be tempted if it was 300 just to go pay out Catfish, but that's just 50. Or, not Catfish, Zora.
Yeah. Alright, Joey heading south. I think he's probably gonna go to Mini Moldrum first. No.
No, I think he's swinging towards the dam.
I think he's gonna do Mini Moldrums before heading to Death Mountain.
You know, he'll probably complete this south loop here. There's not much reason for him not to.
Is Claris doing a blind check of the race?
Would appear so. I think he's just trying to save a trip in the event the race does have something, but at the same time it wastes a teeny bit more time to check it.
More than a teeny bit.
About, 5 seconds.
Or maybe he thinks he needs the money.
Or he just thinks he needs the money.
Which, that's reasonable, right? Up until you check Zora.
I mean, it's not a terrible call, because they do have Moon Pearl. It means they could do fake flippers into a moonwalk.
Yep.
Joey gets his Power Glove.
Alright. Heading right along the line of, progression. Or I guess
second back of escape.
That's an okay call considering the Power Glove.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is.
Still hasn't checked the front of escape though. That's part of their problem.
I mean, I imagine these guys are capable of doing dark rooms, but not having that lamp may be potentially important information if Aghanim is a thing. Also, Claris can definitely pay King Ripoff now.
Oh, that key worries me. Bow? We got a bow. Joey found a bow in Mini Moldrums. We are officially not locked out of Eastern, in case we need some items from there, which...
Sadly, it's Blue Pendant, though.
Well, yes. But it's the logic. Logic often dictates checking those dungeons.
Looks like Joey did decide to skip Ice Rock Cave.
That's actually an okay call. It's just one chest, but at the same time, it can have a really important item.
Yeah, it's definitely the safer bet to dodge that particular chest.
Alright, and maybe with Joey going in there... Maybe with Joey going in there, we'll actually see what's in the dark room.
He will probably do that just to round out the front half. Or the back.
Yep. And he's more than capable of doing it with the lamp.
That is for sure. Would appear he is going to go check that dark room chest, so you're going to get to see what that is. Claris, meanwhile, gets the bow.
And are we going to see... We might see a Zora check.
We may see a Zora check. We may see an Ice Rod Cave check.
Yep. Although Zora check would be outside the logic.
No, because they have a glove.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? I always forget that you can check Zora with the glove.
Yeah, it's a much more tedious walk on foot, but it's technically not a sequence break to check King Ripoff. It is a sequence break, however, to check Waterfall Cave without actual flippers.
Unless King Ripoff has the flippers.
At which point things come full circle. Hi,
It's
Silvers!
It's the Silvers in the escape. Wow.
Well, Joey is afraid of nothing at this point with those.
Well,
Except
say
for that
that.
which are immune to them.
say that, but he needs to find some ammo first.
Good point. No ammo means no destruction of all souls.
Not yet. Give it time. Alright. I didn't catch what was in the ice cave. Did you?
I happen to miss it as well.
Aw,
It would
that's
appear it was
unfortunate.
probably nothing of importance if the tracker is anything to indicate.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Bombs. Bombs and ice rod. Okay. We got Claris doing the water glitch. Fake flippers glitch.
Looks like he may go check Hobo first.
That's a smart play. Alright, we got some
Hobo's a
more...
little easier to route sometimes later into the route, but you can tend to check him pretty easily.
Oh, yeah. Checking Hobo, and then most likely Zora. Meanwhile, we got Joey going into the Hyrule Castle.
Yep.
He got a full health upgrade because of that last heart piece. And as chat pointed out, Eastern would be incredibly safe to dive
It would.
for both runners.
I completely missed Hobo's reward. I'm
It-
not too comfortable
was
doing
arrows.
this particular fake flipper. I haven't practiced it enough, but Claris has got it.
It's a fairly safe one. The only danger is the archer.
Well, I meant going to fake flipper back from Hobo. Because you have to, like, land in a specific spot where the transition is.
Yeah. Alright. We get to see what's in Zelda's...
It was plus 5 arrows from,
It was an arrow upgrade. Alright. So what is in the waterfall chest? Because that doesn't seem to pay out very much.
I also am curious, I wasn't actually paying attention to Joey. Did he find the map already?
Yes, he did.
Then this does have something.
It does. And it's got ether. We got an
It might
ether.
be big. Also, unfortunate timing for heart container obtainment there by Claris. Has to reset his water walk state.
Yeah.
Or reset their water walk state.
I would be safe in guessing that Joey's heading for Eastern.
No, that's definitely where he's going. Zora Ledge has 50 on it.
There goes his water walk. Oh, we might also get to see Sashwala.
Yeah, if you're gonna go into Eastern, there's little excuse to not check Hasrala's hut. Thankfully, they don't have to talk to him for Green Pendant because we know where that is already.
Yeah. Right. Looks like
So
just a bunch
Hasrala
of...
gave us his life savings of 140 rupees, and King Ripoff took 500 for a red meringue.
Alright, so I'm feeling safer in calling something important being in Eastern.
Yeah, the options are unfortunately Eastern or that brief walk up Death Mountain unless you're willing to walk over to Agana's Cave. Claris definitely has the same idea, though, going over to Saha's hut most likely go in this direction.
Yeah, I think he's forgetting about the escape, though.
Yeah, and that may come back to bite him if he doesn't consider it soon.
It could, if he's not comfortable doing dark rooms.
Yeah, it also depends on if we need to do Aga, whether or not he's comfortable doing that in the dark. Typically, though, I think most people would find the lamp before going to Aga himself.
If it's required, yeah. You'd have to check basically everything.
Yeah, since logic dictates it, I typically don't see a point of doing it early, even if I know I have to.
There's an argument for both directions on that, though.
Yeah, there certainly is.
Because if you do Aga early and it's worth it, that gamble pays off all the time.
Yeah, those dark rooms are just a little bit of a nightmare to navigate.
They can be. Alright, we got the big key from Joey.
Which means it'd be very convenient for him if the next 3 chests all contain items.
It would.
There's still one dud, though, and it's the map.
And if it's the map, we might see a full clear on Eastern. Which, realistically, not that bad.
Laris has entered and is going to start their scavenge.
Yeah, they're both pretty close to each other. Just some slight differences that might pull Joey ahead.
Missed the 2 Stalfos.
He's having a little bit of trouble with them.
Oh, there's arrow ammo. It's not like this dungeon's not full of it. You do get the item here in vanilla.
And a hook shot! Hello!
Well, now there's more reason to go to Death Mountain. You can check all of right side.
Yep.
Well, all
And
of Light World right side.
That's true. And we're gonna see the big chest. Ooh, just some cash.
So the next chest is his item he can leave without having to kill Armos.
He can, but on the off chance that it's a pedestal seed, would it be more beneficial to kill Armos now or try and dive later?
That is a good point. Even though Eastern is probably one of the most common double dip dungeons, it definitely feels bad having to come back here.
Yeah, I personally never see a reason not to just full clear it. Claris also missing the 2 Stalfos.
It's a little weird how it works, though.
I know it requires very precise positioning.
Yeah, it's something I've gotten better at, but I still don't entirely understand it. Well, that is all 3 items. Looks like Joey is going to go kill the Armos just in case the pendant is needed.
And with this much money, it's almost a shame that they don't have something like power the magic armor from Twilight Princess.
Yeah, also looks like he changed his mind, actually.
Yep. He's out. We got Joey with enough money that he could just start hitting people with his wallet.
Just kill everybody with the power of 1 rupee at a time.
Well, I mean, Guild Toss is a nice thing in Final Fantasy. But Claris doing the Dark Room looks like he has no issues with it.
Yep, appears no issues at all.
Alright, he's got the key, and he's back. This could be a route difference between them, too.
Yeah, because Claris does not have the lamp, it may not be intuitive to go up to Death Mountain, whereas Joey has enough information to tell him that Death Mountain likely has something that he needs.
Well, let's be real. You should always go up to Death Mountain.
Yeah.
Always. There's never a reason not to.
Alright, what's the old man got for us today?
I'm gonna say mirror.
I'm gonna say a heart container. Single rupee, we are very far off.
He got a tip. Just the tip.
You want me to get your luggage too?
No. I'm good. So, Claris finally going to go check the escape.
If he does go to Uncle's area first, he'll be very happy to find that lamp in there.
Yep.
Oh,
we got a
on
blue...
top of Spectacle.
I would probably go to the trouble to collect that.
Once they have a mirror, they probably will.
Oh, yeah. Alright. He could also access Hera, which is, while it's a pendant dungeon,
He could if he had Hammer.
That's true. I forget about Hammer sometimes. It could
So
be
right
on.
now, Hammer is actually off limits. It's full clearable once they get there, but it's actually currently off limits.
That is true.
Looks like we're getting our 7 chest pull from Death Mountain Hype Cave.
Yep. This is a room I always love to see in randomizers.
Just because there's so much stuff in it.
There's so much stuff, but it's also like one of the biggest disappointments sometimes.
Yeah, because sometimes it's all 20 rupees.
It's not this time, though. That's a Master Sword.
That's also hinting towards you may have to go to Aghanim to find your hammer in Dark World somewhere.
I think Joe is realizing it if that input spam is anything to be by.
It might be.
Alright, what's in the rest of 7 chests? Got arrows and money. There's the hammer.
Well,
He can
scratch
go to
that.
Hera.
Aghanim is now no longer a thing.
Rip Agaseed.
That went from 60 to 0 in like no time flat.
He's setting up for the bomb jump.
I find this particular one's not that bad.
It is. It isn't. He
Looks
missed.
like he was just off though.
Is he going to take the walk of shame? Yep.
I would at this point. Wasting more time on that bomb trip doesn't always sound like a good idea.
No, it doesn't. Well, with that hammer, that opens up... Actually, that opens up pretty much all of
It
Dark World.
actually opens up the entirety of Dark World, save for the Titan's Mitt locked locations.
Which, that's just fire and...
Mire, Ice, right side of Death Mountain, and Turtle Rock.
Yep.
And technically Hammer Pig Cave. Floating Island's got 20 rupees on it, so that's not something to come back for. And
He's
he always makes
not...
the move I would make here. He's going to go clear out Hera.
At least dip it.
There's a green pendant in it. There's a good incentive to at least go through it.
I think Claris... Is Claris set up? No, he's not set up for Death Warp.
I think he might be, actually. Yeah, I think as soon as he... Well, actually, Bomb only does half a heart. So he's going to have to place 2 of them. If he was in green mail, this would have worked.
That's true.
But the bomb damage gets halved each time you get one of those mails. And that means if you have red mail coming down here, you may as well just leave.
Yep. Alright, we got Red Rupee and I believe the big key.
Yeah, based on his movement, we were able to dodge the basement for now.
Well, there's always a chance.
There's always a chance. And sometimes that chance just feels like it happens every single time.
It happens 90% of the time, 100% of the time.
I'm thinking about it. I'm actually not sure the exact percentage on that. But it always feels like it happens more often than it should. Hookshot's gonna make checking big chest a bit easier.
Alright, and Claris is grabbing the silvers. Gotta be relieved at that.
Joey
having
dodged
some...
it and knocked over by that spark. That spark knocks me over 9 times out of 10 if I hookshot early.
Having a little bit of trouble. Looks like we're gonna see a full clear, though.
Yeah, based on that acquisition, and at least he has the key. Moldor might have the item instead.
There's still a chance. Meanwhile, Claire is heading for...
Make the same move to Death Mountain now that he's found the lamp.
It is still anyone's game, though. Getting a quick refill. And...
How troll the Troll Dorm today?
Oh, he's always 100% troll. And now... Oh, yeah. That could have been much worse.
Yeah, he could have just gotten knocked right off. Thankfully, Moldorm, if you're doing him in a quick amount of time, he is 3 spit attacks to kill. on Master Sword.
Um,
But it looks like he sent him into Berserk phase through too many normal taps.
looks like it. I wouldn't want to go
Got
for it.
him, though.
Yep. It's a full clear for Hera.
And that's a basement dip.
Yep. Is he going to go for it, though?
I mean, you're right here.
You might as well.
And it also is convenient in the fact that if that item isn't really all that important, you can just save and quit and go right back down to the mainland.
Yep, he's heading for the basement.
Means it's also time for him to take his customary break as the tile room happens, more than likely.
That's what I use it for.
I tend to just use it to stretch. And almost got it.
Almost.
There he goes. I'm a bit lazier. I tend to set that up with a bomb. Oh, but it looks like he missed it.
He missed it.
Claris is going to the Hype Cave, gonna get the hammer.
And the Master Sword. Wait, this isn't Hive Cave, it's 7 chests. Although, we might see a Hype Cave check out at Joey next.
Yeah, it depends on where he wants to go first. The only issue I specifically had with checking Hype Cave before doing, like, Skull and Thieves is you don't have Titan's Mitt necessarily to get up to Skull and Thieves from the south route.
I don't understand why he took Death there, unless he's planning to check the rest of Death
I was
Mountain.
gonna say, unless he plans on checking other locations, which... Oh, maybe he's gonna... No, I don't know. Checking Dark World dungeons now even doesn't make that much sense.
Oh, where is he going?
Oh,
Spiral.
Spiral, right. I forgot
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's much better to do that after Hera than before, because then you have to walk up the mountain again. So he'll save and quit after this. Claris, meanwhile, is probably heading over to Hera.
Looks like it.
This is probably the worst cave to do without boots.
It is. Just takes so long.
And for his troubles, a piece of heart.
Alright,
Looks like he may actually be checking that Hype Cave.
Could also deplot in a... Well, no, he can't do Swamp, can he?
Not without Flippers and Mirror. The other question is, do we have to do Swamp? Because we will probably get our first look at Dark World dungeons here.
That's true. And it could tell us how troll this seed wants to be. Oh,
he checked that lightning fast.
Yeah.
Ice is the pendant. Palace of Darkness is the other important crystal for the Pyramid Fairy.
So, we have to do Swamp, so we have to find Flippers.
Honestly, the worst part about this is when you have Ice Palace as a pendant, it doesn't really rule out any items.
Well, isn't it an unspoken rule at this point to always check pendant and Ice Palace?
I mean, I certainly check Ice Palace regardless. Always has something I need.
Oh, we got Tempered.
We have the power of a red sword now.
Hype Cave, kinda hype. Little hype. Not a lot of hype.
Little hype.
Clara's doing vanilla strats for the chest.
I think Joey's going over to Pod. And it makes a ton of sense.
It does. It's a crystal dungeon. He can finish it. Oh, no, he's doing pyramid.
Maybe he's not going to Pod then. It would make some sense, but I guess the hesitation is you don't have Mirror, and that makes that dungeon feel long.
It does, but Pod's not the worst dungeon to do without Mirror.
No, there are probably some worse places. It's up there, though.
It's one of the worst, but I would almost argue that Ice Palace is worse.
And I got a brief glimpse of what was on Pyramid. I believe it was narrow expansion, so not that important. Claris, meanwhile, finishes Moldor, and will now receive the disappointing news that you need to check basement if you want to check all the items in this dungeon.
Yeah. Which, we don't know if he's going to check it.
Okay, now Joey's going to Pod. I guess he wanted to check Pyramid first.
Which is a good call. It's a brief stop.
He's probably hoping he had Mirror here, though. That green pendant needs to be turned in at some point, and this would be an opportune time to do it.
It would. He's got plenty of money to pay the monkey, though.
That does also bring up the point that he has yet to go up to Zora, so he probably is going to need to work that somewhere into his route later if he plans on checking it.
Zora's also one of those things you always gotta hesitate to check it, because there's very few good routing options for it.
Yeah. If he had Mirror, he could check it on the way to Catfish. Or while doing Catfish, rather.
And like chat says, logic totally says Pod.
Yeah, the logic does say go to Pod.
Like, it's a giant red flag. Go here. Do this. It will have stuff.
We'll see if the seed rewards them for that.
That's
Big Key
a big
immediately
key.
means that bow was definitely needed to go through this dungeon at all.
Which, considering where they found it, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, Mini Moldorum Cave is a pretty ideal location to find the bow, I would think. Heck, it's even better they have silvers. Usually if you find bow early, sometimes those silvers are across Hyrule somewhere. Which means this lower floor check should be relatively quick, and he can go right back to the mill when he's done. Claris appears to have checked the item in the basement and is now walking out.
Not a bad idea. He's got, because of that blue mail, it would be kind of a pain at the amount of health he had.
Yeah, he would have had to intentionally take a couple hits from piles before setting up the thing. Which isn't exactly something you want to do.
Yes and
Unfortunately, Claris will also be met with a little bit of disappointment at the end of this cave.
no. Yeah, and he knows he doesn't need any more money.
Alright, these are probably both keys.
Potentially.
So as most say, Pod is usually all keys in the front and all the item business is in the back.
So you're saying it's the mullet of dungeons?
More or less.
Alright. Looks like he's gonna check the bomb
Yeah,
pit.
it does appear he's going to check the bomb pit location for the vanilla big key location. It won't be big key, but it could be something.
It can still be a lot of things. Claris, meanwhile, avoiding
Claris
Pod, heading...
is gonna go to Skull, I think.
I don't think Skull. He might dip, but I think he's heading for Thieves Town.
Yeah, Thieves is ideal, but V26 logic, I think, has frequently said there's stuff in Skull Woods. So, both decisions could pay off in different ways for these two.
It could.
I think in terms of their items, Joey made the better decision. I think Claris would have made the decision I would have made.
Well, it's a gamble in either case.
And I guess with Hookshot, they can technically go the whole way around when they reach the end of it.
I think... I do agree Joey probably made the better call, because this also is a It's a red crystal dungeon?
True, he does need... This one doesn't need clear. Hammer Yump?
Oof.
Nice job.
Map in the big chest, though. That's gotta be frustrating.
It is, but I don't even know how to do that jump yet. So kudos for that.
Yep.
That is all the dungeon items that are not keys. So we still have a couple keys out there. There's at least...
That's one Skullwoods item.
I happened to miss it. Was it important?
He got cash.
Yeah.
So no.
Oh, there's the big key.
So he's gonna have to go through Gendo's room. He just single butter... What?
There's our red shield for Joey.
Yep.
And the bomb expansion, which means the room that he's going to be going in with the key back upstairs has to have one more key in it, and his last item is, sadly, on Helmasaur.
Unfortunately.
At least he can get it.
Meanwhile, Claire is having a little trouble with the mummy. Seems to be a little wrapped up in it. Alright. Small key. And he's heading straight for the big key chest.
Hookshot can reach that far.
Yep. That hookshot reaches to some magical spot.
Joey's making his way to the back part of the dungeon to deal with Helmasaur now. And Big Chest is a bust in Skull.
Oof. That means...
Claris has one more location to check, and it's the room that he wishes he had the Cane of Samaria for.
That's true. Still, there's a chance that whatever item is in Skullwood is Fire Rod locked. Ooh, clever use of ether there.
Yeah, it actually insta-kills Gibdos.
I actually didn't realize that. I thought it would freeze them.
Yeah,
but...
Quake stuns them, Ether, for some reason, full kills them, as does Bombos.
Bombos, unfortunately, has the fire animation, which makes Ether the better choice for it, overall.
It does, even if Bombos is the more satisfying to use.
And
the last item is unfortunately deeper in the dungeon. Claris will have to leave and go somewhere else.
But on the plus side, when he comes back, he'll have that information.
Does also mean he can beeline it straight for Mothula's area. Does have to take this unfortunate walk, though.
Indeed. And apparently, according to chat, Joey was almost qualified for the main tournament.
Explains why he's able to do that hammer jump.
Indeed.
Helma's gonna get down pretty quick here because, to his dismay, these runners already have silvers, so as soon as that mask is gone, he is fully exposed for a one-shot kill.
That's true.
Bumper Cave got checked, I didn't see what it was.
I didn't either. I was too busy watching Helma deflect an arrow.
And Helmasaur did not have much to merit.
Took his last $20.
He's gonna buy lunch with that, Joey.
Alright. Sea House. Just a little more love.
I think that was Sankheart that Sea House just found.
Yep. Joey seems to be trying to decide where to go.
He can go.
Think he's decided on Thieves Town.
Yep.
We might see a skull dip from him as well. In the outhouse is the Quake Medallion.
That is 2 of the 3 medallions. We do need, at the very least, 1. The question is, do we need Bombos for any of them?
That is the question at this point.
Claris appears that they will be entering Thieves in a minute, but not before checking chest game.
It looks like you got a full refund.
Oh, he definitely did. I think it only cost 20 to play that game.
Alright. Thieves Down. Probably one of the more simple dungeons to do in Dark World.
It is weird that this is, I think... Oh, hi, Fire Rod. Wishes he went here first.
Probably.
But it is one of the simpler ones. It's kind of surprising that I think it's supposed to be the 4th dungeon in the game.
I thought it was 5th.
No, normally Crystals 5 and 6 are in Ice and Mire.
That's true.
And it looks like Joey's actually skipping Skull. And that maneuver will actually reward him.
It will. He'll get the Fire Rod, which will lead him up into Skull Woods.
He can then full clear Skull and have a bit of a leg up there on Claris.
He doesn't need a leg up. At this point, Joey's got a pretty significant advantage with an extra dungeon cleared and a little bit more to his arsenal.
He does have Temperate Sword, which does cut through some enemies a little bit faster.
It kills those red dragons in one hit.
Oddly, I looked their name up. They're apparently called Zizaks.
Zizak?
Z-I-Z-A-K. It's really weird.
That rolls just right off the tongue. Zizak.
I mean, it does somewhat, but it's definitely a conundrum as to why it's named that.
Well, it's fun to say, at least. Zizak.
Yeah, it's amusing at least. Claris is now in one of the more annoying rooms in the game.
It is. Mostly because of that anti-fairy. It just sort of gets stuck in a path back and...
Yeah.
Death to the red Zazak. It's not Zazak, it's Zizak.
Yeah. Yeah, Z-I. It's weird, though. I want to say the name I looked up for the Dark World Rats 2 is also kind of silly, but I don't remember it offhand.
I just call them lizards. I look kind of like it.
Alright, I haven't been paying attention to the items in Thieves all that much. There's at least 2 for Claris in the basement at this point.
It looks like it was all required items. Zazak is correct? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whichever. I wasn't sure entirely which it was.
Either way, it's still fun to say.
That's what you get when you trust a wiki.
Lizalfos. That could be. Let's call them that.
They are close enough to being Lizalfos, even if they're not.
Was that a ghostly full magic?
It was ghostly because of that one enemy that was on the screen.
Oh man, those enemies are just...
It makes drops from enemies faded sometimes. It's a little weird.
That is weird. Also, interesting thing to point out, Claris has a lot more bombs than Joey at this point. I wonder if that's gonna matter at some point.
It'll certainly be interesting. Gonna check the big chest before going into blinds.
Flippers!
There's the flippers.
We've got swamp access.
Still need a mirror.
That's true.
Currently, those flippers actually do nothing, in particular for Claris, because Claris already did fake flippers to get to Zora.
And the,
So all it did for Claris was put them back on sequence. Which isn't a bad thing.
If he's...
that,
there's
on the other
Ocarina.
hand, is a lot more significant. Hello, Flute.
That'll speed things up significantly.
Yeah, that's at this point, it's only a luxury. They still need Titan's Myth to do much with that.
Alright, we're coming up on the blind fight.
Also, I do believe this means that Blind is in possession of nothing important, but I haven't been counting quite what items we found.
I'll be honest, I wasn't counting.
It depends on whether or not the compass was found. That was the only item I haven't seen at this point.
Alright, Clara is taking a few real early hits.
Yeah, that's definitely not ideal.
Fire Rod flippers. Alright.
And I don't think they have much else they can really fight Blind with other than the sword and the hammer. Because it is interesting that Blind is vulnerable to a couple of weird things.
I personally like killing him with Cane.
I've killed him with sword beams at least once. It's kind of amusing to try that. It doesn't always go as planned,
Rupee.
though.
We took Blind's last $5.
Alright, I guess they did find the compass earlier then.
I don't know, for some reason...
So this means that Thieves Town was very loaded.
It was.
Now the question is, will Claris go back up to Skull now? Or will he take the rest of the route first?
He pulled out his
maybe
hammer.
later come back with his flute.
He pulled out his
I think
hammer
he
for
wants
some
to
reason.
check... I think he was thinking of checking Hammer Peg, but it's not a location he can reach.
I don't know where he's going. Is he going to the kid?
He's going to Dig Game.
Alex Baldwin's Digathon.
How many digs will we have today?
I don't know, guess in chat. I'm guess 2.
I'm thinking 14.
14? Well, we're already past 9.
And we just passed 14 as well.
Holy crap. Was it just money?
Nope, he hasn't found it yet.
There it is.
It's like 27, I think.
Oh, near the end. Meanwhile, Joey having a much cleaner blind fight from what I'm seeing.
We say that, and now he's getting hit all over the place.
No,
but
there he
did
goes.
Get through it.
There he goes. I almost cursed it.
Now, Joey will probably be more inclined to go up to Skull since he has not gone there at all yet.
That's true. Claris might be avoiding it because he's already seen Titans!
Titans Mitt.
There's the Titans!
So that has opened the floodgates. We can access pretty much every map location at this point, save for anything that needs a mirror.
And he's going back to Thieves Town, it looks like. Nope.
No, I think he was just killing the enemy.
I'm wrong.
Joey is making the play on Skull, though.
I am forever wrong.
Claris will probably take this time to check Hype Cave, and might make the play on Pod while he's at it.
It'd be a good idea, although... I question the routing.
Yeah, it's somewhat sloppier routing, and to be frank, since this is the path I would have probably taken, I would have been punished for it too.
Fair enough. Real talk though, I probably would have checked Thieves Town first.
Yeah.
I for some reason, that's my bias. I think every runner has a bias, and that's something that a lot of people have to get over, I think.
Speaking of small biases, Joey just skipped the usual compass chest in favor of checking the back chest first. I know that if you open this chest prior and then go back there, it's slower, but if either of those chests contain a key, then you gotta walk back and get that chest.
That's true.
And I think everyone has a different view as to how that's supposed to happen. Claris finished up Hype Cave and now has the temper that Joey's had.
Yep, and he's going to go do a pyramid check. Are we going to see Catfish?
I feel like neither runner wishes to go up to Catfish at this point, but it depends on whether Claris actually wants to do Pod right this second, because with the flute in hand, it's not going to be that hard to get back there now.
Alright, and Joey doing the, trying to set up for a bomb jump.
Looks about right there.
Yep. For that single key.
He's not going to go check the chest that we know has the compass in it, and we'll probably delve into the last part of the dungeon to clear it out.
Both runners putting on a pretty good show. I'm a little worried for Claris, but It's still anyone. It's still a good race. I think there's still some spots where Claris can catch up.
That Wallmaster nearly got him.
Yep. And Claris entering pod.
Now, Pod, if memory serves, was just a time sink, so Claris is probably gonna full clear this and unfortunately not get too much out of it.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot in pod. There was a shield upgrade and something else.
I think the shield upgrade was the only thing of note. Also, I was about to say, I believe Joey has had Quake at this point. It's not on the tracker quite yet.
Does he?
Yeah, he just opened his pause menu and he had it. It was in the Thieves Town outside area. I would have been surprised if he missed it. Yep, right there. That room's always annoying to do the long way.
Is.
Now, Mothula probably not going to be a problem with both a half magic fire rod and a tempered sword.
That's true. I don't know. Those spikes can be a bit of a pain.
Joey also still has the red safety potion that Claris ended up popping on blind.
I don't know what he's doing here.
I think he... Yeah, I'm not sure either. Maybe he was trying to find more health?
More magic, probably.
And he's got one more small pot in here, and then he's got to take on the moth.
Which... That other pod, that other skull, that has arrows in it. Why does that have arrows in it? Mothula's immune to arrows.
Yeah, he's immune to them fully. It'd be very nice if we could just shoot this thing with a silver arrow and have done with it, but no.
Oh, he is getting bodied.
Oh, there goes the potion.
That was brutal.
Yes, it was.
And all of that for Burrito, so he's gonna have to check the last chest. If he wants a full clear.
That may result in... Well, actually, would he death warp?
I would think he would just save and quit at this point.
Yeah, because it's like... There's not much left for him to do outside of checking the bumper cave, which I don't believe Joey has done yet. Claris did that. But we also didn't get to see what was on top of it. Yeah, based on this, it looks like Joey's just going to save and quit from here.
Just a piece of heart. That's a shame, but... Nothing.
Now,
it's not too
he
terrible.
knows there has to be something in another Dark Road location he hasn't checked yet, because there's not really anywhere else he can go.
Well, let's think about where he can check.
Green Pendant is what it appears to be.
He could check Green Pendant for Sashwala, or he could go up to Dark World, Death Mountain, and hit up... Is he going to Ice Palace?
I was gonna say... Oh, right, no, Joey hasn't done the Flippers route yet.
Okay, he hasn't checked.
So he's gonna do his Flipper checks now, get those out of the way.
Okay. I was gonna say, an Ice Palace check would be...
It would be incorrect, because he doesn't have Titan's Mitt.
That's true. That is the advantage Claris has.
Yeah, Joey needs to go to Stumpy, and he will be bottlenecked there at some point, so... At the same time, he also needs to get the flute activated.
That's true. He also cannot check Swamp yet, because neither player has found the mirror yet.
Yeah, so like, every dungeon right now is entirely off limits.
Eastern.
He cleared it out, though.
That's true.
We know Armos has a dungeon item, and we don't know whether Ped's required yet.
We don't. It could. The logic could force us to do a blind pedestal, though.
Given that we're still missing a very large portion of items to even consider finishing the game, it is entirely possible. Arrows from Sahasrara.
Oof. He's got to be wondering, what did he miss at this point?
I think now he's going to go get that flute activated. And maybe take a trip to the desert.
Desert trip wouldn't really pay off, would it? Unless Agana has something really good.
Yeah, the only thing it does is it lets him check the desert ledge and go to Agana. Otherwise, he can mirror right to slot 6 being home. Not 6, slot 4 being home. And take another Dark World dip.
Alright, Claris with the fire shield now. He is
Though I
catching
also
up.
want to say... I forget if Claris checked Ice
I am the Duck of
Cave.
Swag.
I want to say they
I
didn't.
caused a little lag, but you've got this in the bag. Because you set
I
me
don't
free.
believe so.
And if you should forget all the things you have left,
I know one of the
well,
runners
here's your
did
best
check
bet.
it.
Just flute to 3.
It was fairly disappointing.
Yeah, I couldn't remember, because I know Claris did the full fake flipper, and Joey, I think, completely skipped Ice Rod Cave. I don't think Claris ever made the full check to that particular chest. But I may have missed it. Joey's gonna go check it now, so we'll know for sure.
That's true. So... Do you think Ice Palace has something important?
It could.
Could.
It definitely could. But with how many of their actual crystal dungeons they still can't access, being 4, you'd think that the dungeons have a lot of what they need still. Oh yeah, also shout out to the Swagged Out anthem that was sung by Mr. Bobtastic, I believe it was, Dr. Bobtastic. That briefly showed up from the restreamer.
Ah.
Yeah, now Joey's gonna go to Waterfall Cave and Zora. He won't be necessarily pleased with either, but and he'll get a red boomerang for his troubles.
It's where the logic dictates.
Claris, meanwhile, is finishing out Dark Palace.
Yep.
So at this point, I think just due to the routing, Joey's still a little bit ahead, because
He
Claris
is.
still has to do the rest of Skull. But I don't think it's quite that big of a margin.
The rest of Skull does not take long.
Claris having a little bit of trouble with the hammer enemies.
Those tutorials.
Well, in particular, hitting them with the hammer once they're flipped over is a very precise little hitbox.
Alright. And there's that red meringue.
And now Claris is going to steal the rest of Helmstore's lunch money.
And he's just not having a good day, is he?
No, Helmstore's not getting any lunch today.
Alright.
Alright, I think Joey is realizing that at this point he's more or less down to, like, Stumpy and that's it.
Alright, Claris going for the red sword. Taking a lot of hits. But there he goes.
Wonder if he forgot he had silvers.
Yes, and it's possible, but potentially if he does the fight really cleanly, that it would be faster to kill him with Tempered.
Yeah, depends.
Just because of menu time.
Alright, looks like
Alright.
Joey is going to acquire his Titan's mitts. Where he'll go from there, though, it's hard to say, because there's a lot of locations open now.
That's anyone's guess.
We can potentially open Turtle Rock, but can't do anything in it. We can check Mire, and I think that's actually it at the moment, other than Dark Death Mountain.
Ice Palace.
Looks like he's gonna do blacksmiths now.
Yeah, no, he hasn't done the Digadon.
Oh, right, yeah, that was Claris who did that. He hasn't done digging game, and he's gonna route the smiths probably into that, which becomes easier with his flute. He'll be very disappointed to find out it's like 27 digs, though.
It's certainly not ideal. Claris with the flute activation. I think. No, he's not doing blacksmiths.
He's not doing blacksmiths. I question that a little bit, but I guess without mirror, it means you'll still have to check the one cave. He looks like he's just gonna make the trek to Dark Death Mountain now.
Not a bad call.
He'll get him some stuff, and it'll be information as to what Turtle Rock's medallion is, probably.
Looks like he locked himself off from something. Claris buying some potions.
Yeah, I think he put a dead rock in the path of going to the right side.
Claris returning Sashrala's pendant?
Looks like it.
Alright.
Those rocks always look like pancakes.
Like what? Pancakes?
Pancakes. Like with maple syrup running down them and butter on top. The ones in Dark World.
Okay.
I can't unsee it, is the problem.
You'll have to point it out to me.
Nice block hook shot there by Joey.
Yep. Pancakes. Alright, Claris. Ice
There's
Rod.
Ice Rod.
Claris
Unfortunately, he
locking
messed up his
himself.
block push here.
Yep. Claris heading towards Skullwood's clear.
Maybe Joey was hoping to hook shot through that block when he pushed it.
I don't know what he was. Ice Rod could mean Turtle Rock, though.
I mean, we would have Turtle Rock required. The only problem is no Cane of Samaria means you can't even enter.
That's true.
But while you're here... Well, I guess he can't open it now. He's at least going to check what the medallion is.
Joey Mitten's pulling a V-Trap. Oh, it's the Ether.
So
we can actually
once
open it.
we get the Cane, that is a potential option for the runners.
I'm gonna call it. I feel comfortable in that. It's gonna be Mirror Cane in the Hookshot Cave.
I think the mirror might end up being in T-Rock, personally.
It's a book!
There's the book. So desert's open.
Okay. Re-advising it. That's the blue
and
cane.
the wrong cane.
I was half right. That's Desert Open, though. Desert Open means that we could potentially see Double-Chested Fairy.
Joey forgot to get his little smooch before going
Listen,
off.
Jet, I said cane. I did not say which cane. And yes, I know it's a technicality.
I think Joey was contemplating checking Ether Tablet, but
Uh,
he's decided to check it later.
it would be more efficient to check that. He's trying to figure out where to go.
Meyer and Desert are both calling to him right now, I would think.
Oh yeah,
Desert Ledge, however, is not.
that's not a lot of money. Let's see this Mothula fight while Joey contemplates his run.
And where it may go from here, we are actually an hour into the run at this point.
Yep. Not much time left. Not at the pace Joey's going. Claris taking a lot of damage.
I suppose the next question is this. Is this a boots locked DP?
That's an excellent question.
With
Powder.
powder there, the answer is unfortunately yes.
Oof. That's harsh. I
And
think
that
he's
also
gonna-
opens up a new location.
It does. That's Magic Bat.
Clara's cleaning up Mothula pretty quickly there. Joey forgetting he cannot leave the way he entered.
Nope, he's gonna have to take the ledge dive to go check Agana.
Yeah, he is going to check Agina before he leaves, which is probably the better play. He may even decide to check Meyer with a flute afterwards if he wants.
That'd be a
And
good
Claris is
call.
going to save Quit out of Skull Woods.
Now,
having
if he
hits
does,
already, there's a couple locations that Claris can go. Looks like the Death Mountain right side is also calling to Claris.
looks like it. Now, would it be faster to clear Misery Mire at this, or at least dip into it?
Without Kane, it's... Well,
It's
Kane is
risky.
It's a tough call. Agina was not holding out. But yeah, without
Really?
Kane to Samaria, unless you're expecting to find it in Misery Mire, there's not always a reason to check it. I would
Realistically-
consider it because the logic is kind of pushing you that way. But the logic also just pushed you like 3 different ways at once.
Realistically, I think the safest check would be Ice Palace.
It would be. Even if it is a pendant, it would definitely be one worth checking. We will also get to see whether or not we actually need Bombos.
Right? Yes?
It's Quake, so we do not need it. We actually have flipped vanilla requirements.
That's true.
Always interesting when that happens. Meyer shed's empty, and based on this, I think he is making the decision to enter Meyer.
He's here, might as well. Or at least unlock it.
Meyer is also one of those dungeons where it doesn't feel as bad to double dip, because usually the first trip takes you a long time and the second trip can just beeline you straight to Vitreous. And if he does have the cane in here, he can just go Silver Arrow all those eyes out.
Claire's hookshot kit.
Claris will get that book that may influence where they go next. I suppose having Cane of Burna also more so influences at least dipping into this location because of the fact that it's an invincibility item. In fact,
That's
now that
true.
I'm thinking about it, and Claris is making the same realization I just made,
He's checking
I
Spike.
didn't actually check the Spike Cave, and Joey did not check that.
No, he didn't. I think he was thinking about it, but then realized it would be a lot of time investment. Meanwhile, Claris is doing it while he's already here.
Yeah, I think when Joey found the mitts at one of his last possible locations, he felt like he may have fallen behind a little bit. Looks like Claris is going to go with the hook shot, and then is going to do the latter half with the Cane of Burna.
Yep. And it's a bottle.
That is actually the last bottle, because we know where the fourth one is. Oh, actually no, that's just the third one. My
Third
mistake.
bottle.
So where's Claris going to go now? Looks like he's frantically trying to get the duck to appear.
Potion shop? Oh, he's buying a refill.
He's probably going to go buy a safety.
Well, he had to use this during Mothula.
True.
And this is his...
Including the two is at the very least pretty quick to do.
Yeah, he, it's always nice to have a safety potion. And he's going to...
I think Joey also just made the conscious decision to skip the vanilla big key location.
That could bite him.
I understand that room is long to do, but it is definitely something that might have an item in it. Clara's not going to go get disappointed by Agina as well.
Now,
Claris did not enter Desert yet, though.
not yet. He's checking Agina first.
Joey's going to get this chest now. Contains
It's
his
the
big
big
key.
key. It's just been keys and keys so far, right?
Yeah, I think it's all been keys, which means if this chest contains
and a
the
map.
key... Or if this chest contains anything that's not like an actual item,
Oof.
yeah, that torch room has something, and he's gonna have to come back to get it. And the other item, I think, is on Vitreous. I don't think they found anything they were looking for.
Does not look like it.
The question for Joey now becomes, was this item super important, and how much time did I just sink going into Mire, not finding anything? It will certainly light a fire under his butt if it's not anything important.
Oh, it certainly keeps Claris in the race.
That it does. And Claris is about to receive the powder, and will probably save and quit based on where they are. Now it looks like they're gonna leave and probably flute.
Maybe a ledge check.
Or at least check what's on the torch. It
Oh,
is
it's
big
a
key.
big key.
So you would have to go upstairs to grab a key to do anything with this.
No, he's gonna flute out.
Makes sense if Claris also wants to make the Mire call.
He could make a Mire call, or he could go to
Joey's
Ice
gonna go get
Palace.
one item he can get here.
It's a compass.
Oh, it's a compass. So yeah, whatever they picked up earlier
Right.
actually wasn't important. I must
No.
have missed it.
It was probably money.
So Mire being a full bust basically tells them go to Ice Palace.
Mm-hmm.
It's either that or go check your ether tablet.
So we're Mirror and Bootlock still.
Yeah, Mirror and Boots are two of the items we
Required.
need. The third is the Canis Samaria. We are
That's
three
true.
items from being able to go mode.
Still Blacksmith, Peg Cave, and Magic Bat to go, though.
I think we're getting a ped check from Joey.
I think it's probably a good idea at this point to check it.
At this point, it tells him whether or not he'll have to full clear ice anyways. And then make a dip over to Eastern if it's required. So, timing-wise, probably the right decision, especially since he has basically gone as far as he can in every dungeon he can go into. Clara's gonna save and quit, not bother with Mire right this second.
It's a good call, and I think it's caught him up, actually.
It will in the event he doesn't end up going into all of Mire.
Increased errors.
Okay, head is not going to be important for this one, sadly.
No, but those dungeons still are going to be.
So I think at this point, Joey is probably going to make the hard call, go to ice, and get what he can out of it. Unless there are more.
Claris is already there.
I think Joey actually may be doing Smiths first.
Claris is doing the gamble.
I think Claris has the right idea, just based on the logic usually putting items in dungeons, sometimes even in pendant dungeons.
Usually
It just feels like something
dungeon.
that needs to happen.
Unfortunately,
no.
no.
A little bit of magic though.
Fortunately, no bombos for easy cold stare.
Yeah, about the same thing I was just saying. He will need to reserve his magic a little bit. Joey's gonna go up and look at Bumper Cave real fast. We still don't have the cape, so it's not something we, need at the moment. But if it has a progression item locked behind it, we would need
It's
it.
just
Nah, it was just 50 rupees.
just a 50. Joey, save and quit out.
I think instead of going for Smith, he may just make the same read and go to ice. Feels like the right play at this
No,
point.
he's going ether. It's got to be
Uh,
ether.
No, he's fluting from here. It's just that this is an easy location to get his health refilled.
I guess.
Big key in the first chest in ice.
That
Joey
could
now
be...
making the dive himself.
that could be a pretty big bait.
So at this point, Claris has checked a couple locations that Joey has, and it's vice versa as well. So it's fairly even right now.
Joey has cape? Does he?
Oh, he does. Maybe that was the other item out of Mire that we missed.
That could be. Yep. I don't see any other items.
Claris unfortunately missing the bomb position for getting the easy switch hit.
It's a nice trick, but you really don't need to have it.
Yeah.
Capo is Spike Pit and Mire, apparently.
So yes, it was in Mire. I just wasn't paying attention during that particular chest.
It's Mire. I don't blame you.
Clearing these Pangators is going to be a bit of a thing, too. Surprisingly, they are weak to Quake.
They are? Huh.
Yes.
I know they're weak to Bombos, but that's obvious. Bombos kills most of them.
Yeah, they are weirdly weak to Quake. And based on that button switch, we're going to get a bomb jump, which, given there's no Cane of Samaria in hand, is the right decision to make.
Looks like it. Already having a little trouble, though.
Little off there.
They are weak to Quake, but not when they're jumping. Huh. Oddly makes sense.
Clara's having a little trouble with the Ice Palace bomb jump, it seems.
Joey taking a little time.
That looks good, though.
Nope.
Never mind. Little low. And unless he, gonna down a potion, make sure he gets this jump.
At this point, I think it would just be faster to ignore the bomb jump.
Not when you have to go around to push that block, because like right now, it would mean basically doing the vanilla route of clearing this dungeon to clear it fully.
I don't think I've ever cleared it vanilla.
Yeah. The dungeon's intended way of you hitting that particular switch that most people use the Cane of Samaria or this Ice Palace block to do is there is a locked door on the bottom floor next to that switch, or next to that one pressure switch, and there is a color changer button in there that you have to hit. So you have to walk back up to B5, go back up to B4,
all right, we
and
got
then
a
fall
route
onto
change.
the left side.
We got a route difference. Joey's going the hookshot route. Meanwhile, Claire is checking the
area above the big chest. Yeah.
Yep. Claire has found a
here.
map.
If that was a key, I would have definitely considered going back upstairs, but it is unfortunately not.
Nope. We're gonna get a big chest. That's the
There's the key. Gonna push this block and just walk his way back upstairs.
Yep.
I suppose it's also very helpful these guys do have powder now, so anything with anti-fairies or bunny transformation is now free health gain. There's Bombo, it's a little late to the party.
Hey, that still makes the fight a lot faster.
It will speed up Cold Stare quite a bit. And there's Boots.
We can go through desert.
Yeah, that is the clear for desert, and it is also the go to go check both the other Boots locations.
Well, we already know what in the library, so...
I meant Bonk Cave and King's Tomb.
Ah, right.
I tend to ignore library just because you check it earlier, and usually it has nothing.
That's true.
Joey's routing will end up being more efficient here as he will grab the map and the key from the big chest. But that also means that Cold Stare, I believe, has the last item.
It looks like it.
I do agree, Raikou. That was a very rude place for those boots.
It was.
And yeah, since the runners will more than likely be going to kill Cold Stare here, the only boss that's going to get to live today that's not Aga 1 is the Armos Knights. Unless Claris thinks it's Pet and goes back to kill them.
That's true, he hasn't checked the pedestal
That's
yet.
information Joey has that Claire doesn't... Oh yeah, this chest here still exists. And I completely missed what was in here when Claris picked it up. Clara's not going to get their boots.
Yep.
That's a key, so Cold Stare definitely has the last item.
Yep. Any guesses? Chat's saying Kane.
I think he's going to have the mirror.
Mirror? I would open
It's
up
something we've been looking for.
It is.
It's not what the runners want to see, mind you. It's what I think we're going to see.
Raiko specifically specifying Red Kane.
Now, I'm not sure if just going back the way he came would have been faster there for Joey, but...
Well,
he's made it
they're
back.
getting to... Where's Joey going?
And I think he's going to grab one more fairy for healing, and then go into the last room. Which is actually going to pull Claris
Slightly
ahead of him here in finishing this dungeon. They're going to be going into the fight around the same time.
We've got a race, folks.
Claris has bombos at the ready. Joey as well.
Claris just
Immediately over to the
insta-cast
fire rod. With Tempered Sword, this should not take long at all. Except
Claris missed.
Missed the spin. Unfortunate there. Joey not getting it ideally as well.
Oh, he got it.
He got one, though. Clara's gonna go down the second safety potion.
Oof. 300
And just
rupees.
money on Cold Stare. Quite a bit, though, which means Desert or some of the other Pegasus location has the progression we're looking for.
Indeed.
So Joey's probably gonna go to Mountain Cave and Flute to 6.
I would almost say it'd be a good idea to check King's Tomb real fast. 'Cause
That is
right next to
true.
Sanctuary.
King's Tomb is a little ways out. We'll see if Claris makes the decision to go to Sanctuary first. And he does.
Oh, he's got my line of thinking.
So he's probably gonna check King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks before going to Desert.
This could pay off.
Now, I think one of the more unfortunate things here is we either have... The Cane could still be in Swamp, and the Mirror could still be in Turtle Rock.
Bombs in the King's Tomb. You're right, though. Mirror could be in Turtle Rock.
It means that we're either going to have a really fast Swamp Palace, or we're going to have to clear every dungeon fairly slowly, because unfortunately, Go Mode Turtle Rock is not that fast.
That's true. Joey with the big key on Desert, though. Claris with the Bonk Rock check.
This very well could be a big difference, because it's either progression's here or it's in the desert.
In the desert.
Looks like it's in the desert.
Kane is not in Swamp.
Well, the Cane can
I'm
be.
hoping.
It's one or the other, because if the mirror... Yeah, because to get the Cane... the Cane actually can't be in Swamp, thinking about it.
No, Kane
Because
cannot
you need the mirror to get... Because you need the Cane to get into T-Rock in the first place. Mirror could still be there, though.
Mirror could be Purple Chest. That'd be funny. Neither one of these runners have done the Blacksmith side quest.
But yeah, it's going to be one or the other. It depends on what they find first.
There's also the Magic Bet. Now, neither of them have checked it.
Yeah. I think Claris is checking Peg Cave now.
A couple of the runs I've watched, Magic Bet has been really important.
Yeah, he has been.
We've got a Peg Cave.
I wonder if he'll try to get blacksmiths into this, because we haven't seen them yet either.
Boop, boop, boop.
What is in Peg Cave? Piece of heart, unfortunately.
Just a little more love.
Joey is now making his way up to the Landmolas.
This will open up Double-Chested Fairy.
Alright, so if I was going to follow Claris's line of thinking here based on these overworld locations that they're checking, I would grab the blacksmith, save quit, and immediately go hand him in.
And then check Magic Bat.
Yeah, while you're in the area. Purple chest will vary. It is unfortunately a bit out of the way to go for that.
It is, but it could pay off.
It will be particularly funny, by the way, if our item in question that we've been looking for so long is actually up in the Ether Tablet.
That's actually a really good point.
And that is probably one of the more trolly locations that could be.
Or Catfish. Neither of them have checked it.
One of my more recent runs, more terribly, had that hammer in that tablet. It took me forever to get it.
There's still a few places they could go.
Yeah, we're not completely out of locations. Claris went back to fill up his safeties quickly.
Yep, and now he's going to deliver the dwarf.
Silver Landmos. Coming
Rip
up.
Landmos. What?
Oh, his sword tapped it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Great shots otherwise.
Yeah, that could have been a one cycle, though. That's
There's
a
the
cane.
cane.
We have Turtle Rock.
Probably gonna go straight to Meyer now, actually. Finish that
Or
out.
Meyer, yeah, that's true.
He's done the check of everything else. He may as well do Meyer while he's here and can flute to it easily.
And he can go mode Meyer.
Yeah, Leslie, his red sword tapped the Lammo before the arrow hit it.
That's one of the disadvantages of using that trick. And a mirror! We got a mirror in the...
Ooh.
Holy crap!
So Claris now has, well, after finding Kane, which unfortunately the mirror kind of may stray him away from it, could actually be able to do a lot less than Joey has here.
That does speed him up for a few locations, though.
Really, the big problem is the fact that now he's got a ton of mirror locations to check.
That's true. The smart play here, though, would be to go do Desert. Desert
If he
and
needs to do
Mystery Mire.
Desert. It may be a while, actually, before Joey gets his mirror now. He may actually check Turtle Rock first.
He's gonna check a lot of locations. This is still anybody's race.
So Joey may end up double dipping T-Rock. Claris, that's impossible for Claris at this point.
No, I think it's more likely that he'll go Swamp first, and just full clear Swamp. Because he's grabbing the purple
Might go
chest now,
full clear swamp now, yeah. Just
He's
because he
grabbing the
has
purple
all the
chest.
tools now.
and then the routing will lead him into Swamp.
Which means Claris will have a full clear swamp, potentially, that Joey will get a go mode for. So there's a couple of interesting ways this could go depending on what areas get prioritized and which ones get left to the wayside.
I think the biggest and most interesting thing that could happen is if Claris finds Buttersword in Swamp, which could speed up some of his boss fights.
That's
But other
not,
than
that's
that-
not a good Hallowed Grove location item,
I mean, his run is validated at least.
I guess.
The validation arrow. That did not look like it hit the switch.
He also
It
doesn't
did, though.
have... I think it's because he doesn't have to hit the switch. It's a mistake I've made commonly coming on making return trips into Mire. The switch is in the correct position the first time you come into the dungeon.
Are we going to see a Bombos check?
We might. We got bombs nearby, though.
Bombs into Bombos? Validation
So there's a
Rupee?
couple of other interesting items that Bombo's tablet could have that we haven't seen yet.
Cape.
Like the shovel. Well, Cape we know is in Mire.
Oh, right.
It's
Bottle.
shovel and mushroom. Maybe even a ball or the bug net. Those are the couple items. Butter sword or shield would be nice too. Unfortunately, it's just 50 rupees.
I get a feeling we're not going to see a shield upgrade. And he's
Claris
not doing
is
Swamp.
going to the desert.
Claris breaking my heart.
I think the reason Claris is going to desert is because he found the boots first.
Yeah, it looks like he's
Oh,
going
and
to
he
set up a
did
warp.
Openmeyer. I missed him Openmeyer. I don't
Yeah,
think he
he's
went in though. Oh, he's gonna
Not
check.
yet.
He's gonna check checkerboard first.
It's a smart call, but
Yeah, it's a very smart call.
since he's in the area, but Joey's just pulling further and further ahead. With that clear, though, are we going to see a Pyramid Fairy check? Because he does not know where the mirror is yet.
Based on his current location, it'd be hard to say. Flutes
It's-
can change a lot. I think he's gonna go check his boots locations, actually, the ones that Claris just looked at.
Maybe. Oh, he's heading to Kakariko.
He's heading to
nope, Bogcrack.
Clara's gonna get that big key and be able to clear out the rest of this dungeon. We'll be very happy to have made this decision. It will lead him into the go mode that he's been looking for. Joey, unfortunately, may now go every which way to find what he needs to get this mirror.
Yep.
I would
he could-
not be surprised if Joey went to Turtle Rock first.
I wouldn't either. This is still anyone's race. And that's an important item.
I will also say that, thankfully, if Joey does make the correct decision after going into Turtle Rock, he can still mirror outside of the safety cave, and if he doesn't go into the Dark World, he'll at least be able to checkpoint himself right there when he comes back. Because we know the mirror is at the bat, if he does go there immediately, it would at least save him time doing Turtle Rock a second time.
It would. See where he goes.
That looks like T-Rock.
That's a T-Rock check. Almost certainly.
This is unfortunately not going to work out for him. Clara's going to make their way up to Lambos now.
Well, he can full clear Turtle Rock.
He can full clear Turtle Rock, except for Trinex. He can't reach him at the moment. Well, no, he can actually full clear Turtle Rock.
Yeah, he can full clear Turtle Rock.
So he'll probably clear Turtle Rock and just be on the hunt for the mirror.
Which is the one advantage Claris has. Is he going to take advantage of it with the Swamp Palace check, though?
I think the really important thing for Claris here, and I don't remember... Yeah, no, the big key was unfortunately in a somewhat bad location.
Because
Claris can go through Mire without much of a hitch after this.
Because he is in go mode after this desert fight.
Yeah.
There is nothing stopping him from completing the game.
Actually, I just remembered something else.
Oh?
Yeah, the thing I said about the mirror ledge wouldn't have worked because he doesn't have mirror.
No, he does not.
So yeah, he'll probably just full clear the dungeon, be disappointed that there's no mirror inside of it, and then go look. Whereas after this, Claris
After
has 3
this-
crystals to collect, and will be making their way to GT after that.
So, right now, if I'm Claris, I'm thinking, after Desert, go to Swamp. And
I would
hit-
go to Mire first because you're right here.
That's true. Go to Desert, Mire,
Then Swamp.
Then Turtle Rock, so you can go straight there.
Yeah,
Alright,
There's
Claris
go
is
mode.
in go mode.
1 hour, 33 minutes, and about 40 seconds into the run.
There it is.
And there's no superficial stuff here that can stop us. We can obtain anything that is in GT.
That's true. There is nothing stopping Claris. Claris is on a direct path to Ganon.
Meanwhile, we'll get to see what Turtle Rock had in store.
Yep. We'll get to see that a little early. Alright, and is he going to bother clearing Misery Mire? It's the only thing of real value in Misery Mire is the cape, and even at this point, he's got the cane. He doesn't necessarily need it.
Well, the only problem is he may end up, for the most part, full clear on the place just because of where the big key is located.
Yeah, it's kind of a troll key.
Yeah, and if he makes the decision to do that torch room that Joey chose to do later, it's still going to lose him a little bit of time.
Alright, so far, just a lot of keys and hearts.
Yeah,
Internal
keys
rock.
are typically the early items I find in Tier Rock, just because they have to give you a few. Yeah, that chest is particularly bad. I agree there, Leslie. Leslie Pro. Getting on this bridge, on the other hand, is like the dream. The God Buyer, as we put it.
So, with Claris in Go mode, about how long do you think Joey has to catch up?
That's a little hard to say, because both of them are going to full clear Swamp, and it's not like Joey doing T-Rock here is going to be much slower than when Claris does it, just because of the fact that this dungeon, even in Go mode, as I said earlier, is not much faster.
It isn't.
So, really, the way Joey loses the most time is going to do something that he doesn't have to do. I think the worst part about this, too, is if he puts off that Mad Bat for long, he might go to Catfish, which we haven't seen from either runner.
I don't think Catfish
And
has
we know
anything.
has nothing of merit.
Even the menu items that you could possibly have aren't even that exciting.
Really, there's nothing left either runner is looking for all that badly.
I mean, the net is nice to have, but
Net is a nice secondary safety for your fairies and balls. Will Claris do Torch Room first?
it looks like it.
So he's going to find the big key, and unfortunately the last place he looks. At least with Fire Rod, this room's not too long to complete. It's just out of the way and frustrating.
Alright.
Now, another thing we may also get to see here from Joey is... Nope, not Mimic Cave. Keep forgetting he doesn't have Mirror.
Nope, he doesn't have that mirror. Claris
So
might,
Mimic Cave is going to be completely ignored on this scene.
but potentially.
That body part flew way quickly.
Yeah, those things, they jump around. Claris get... What's going on with Claris? Just sort of stopped.
Yeah, they just sort of stopped.
Controller issue?
Maybe they went to do something quickly while the torches were moving.
Possibly. We got a mushroom in the big chest.
I wouldn't.
Rock.
I don't think it was anything significant. Otherwise, we would have seen something in SRL.
That's true. Anyway. This is another dark room coming up that I think is probably a good idea to practice.
Yeah, I've done it once or twice personally. It's all right
not-
because you can still see yourself a little bit. Really, the worst part about that room is starting it because you don't know where this is exactly.
Yeah, you just sort of have to play around with it. Why has he got bombs? Oh, he's going to set up for the checkpoint.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to take the checkpoint.
A smart idea, since he doesn't...
And since he actually is going to have to check Laser Bridge for that last key, why not?
Right? Although, he's got both Cape and Cane.
And half magic. I think his dilemma, though, is no potion, so he doesn't really want to mess things up. He may just do this the muscle way. Nope, there's the cane.
Nope. He's going to use the Cane. Cane is a smarter idea because it does
We got
use
both
less magic.
canes out, both sides.
No, Cane uses less magic, so it is a smarter call.
It uses less. The problem is if you keep reactivating it, like Joey's been here, you still take magic away for the initial cast.
Yeah, it might have been better just to leave the Cane up the entire
Very
time.
last chest he found was the key. And is he
And
gonna bother?
He's
Maybe
not taking the checkpoint.
Maybe use the bomb to stun that beetle. Or kill the Helmsaur.
Maybe?
Wasn't entirely paying attention when he did that.
Maybe he just misclicked.
I would get a fairy here if I was Joey in this position, but I think he is going to skip it.
Looks like it.
Maybe not. He appears to be going for one now.
I think he's just trying to find some magic upgrades.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of magic to actually use.
Nope, nope, there's the fairy.
Yep.
If you can get it.
Yeah, because I would not like to go into Trinex with 6 hearts. Not on blue mail, at least.
I don't even think I'd want to do that with red.
Yeah, just because Trinex's contact damage is typically 2. We have thoroughly poked out Vitreous's eyes today.
Yeah, he's not having a good day.
There's that lackluster prize he gives, too. Alright, Claris, we're probably going to see go do Swamp now.
I don't know. I always like having an ammo refill.
Yeah, I guess. He just has so many arrows already.
Alright. That's the redhead down.
He could just spam Fire Rod this thing if he wanted to.
He could.
I think it's still faster to use the sword.
Alright,
will we get the quick Trinex kill? Yes,
yep.
Yes we will.
That's quick Trinex.
Nicely done there, Joey. Let's see what your prizes are coming all the way through T-Rock.
Well, so far his only prize was the mushroom.
Bug net! Which means he is now on a quest to find his go mode.
He's looking for that mirror. And
so let's think here. How many places could he think about checking? He knows Pedestal's not worth anything. I want to say he was the one who checked it earlier.
He was.
He's
thinking
checking Spike Cave now since he didn't do that earlier.
You know, I would say he's going to check Ether, but I keep remembering he doesn't have.
Yeah, he can't check Ether Tablet. I don't think any of them will actually check what's on it either, which is going to make me upset because I would have loved to see someone check that.
I think Claris right now is probably going to take it. He's going to be the first to enter Ganon's tower. I'm going to call that right now.
Well, he's going to go mode Swamp here, but he still has to clear all of Turtle Rock, which is pretty fast. Depending on how quickly Joey finds his mirror, he won't be that far behind. He will have to climb the mountain again, though.
That's true.
Well, there's our 4th bottle. No, that was the ball we found earlier. I am really messing that up.
Don't worry about it.
Last one must be in GT, probably, then. Or here, in Swamp.
We might not see 4 bottles.
We probably won't. In fact, these runners are going to probably be stuck with 2 for the remainder of the run. No one's gonna go bother killing a wizard just to get another one.
I think Joey forgot for a moment that he didn't have mirror.
He might have, and I think he made a mistake coming to Kakariko from the seams of it. Where is he going?
Buy some potions?
Oh,
no,
he
he's
found
turning
a
into
mushroom in Turtle Rock.
Alright, so what's the mushroom?
Claris, meanwhile, I expect to open up none of the chests in this place. They're just going to go straight through.
That would make sense.
You're go moding Swamp. You want to do that. Bombs.
Just some bombs. Yep, there he goes.
There must be very explosive spores in those. Now he's going back to Kakariko.
Alright, but what's he got left to check? Blacksmith?
He has blacksmiths.
Oh, he ran into the...
I don't remember if he's done Peg Cave, but he also has the bat, and from the looks of his direction right now, he's going straight for the bat because he got that powder earlier. He wants to get his fetch quest items out of the way as soon as he possibly can.
So that means Claris is not...
Claris and Joey is going to be the length of Mire, and Claris having to do all of Turtle Rock. So I think Joey is actually going to get into the tower first, though it's going to be by a couple minutes.
Not going to be by long.
Joey will now enter go mode in 1 hour 44 and 7 seconds. Claris is going to make their way up to Argus now.
Argus should be pretty fast with Tempered.
The only way I think Claris can make up some time here, and I believe based on the fact that Joey had to full clear Turtle Rock, he couldn't do this, is I believe Claris can skip Laser Bridge if he doesn't use the key on the item in the middle.
That's true.
But I want to say, was Big Key there?
Maybe. No, Big Key was early,
exactly
wasn't it?
Where they got Big Key. That's the only thing that puts a wrench in that plan.
I believe Big Key was pretty early in Turtle Rock.
I think it was. Unfortunately, Kurt's gonna have to wait for Argus to do his little spin cycle one more time before he can kill him. One silver arrow will do it. Sadly a whiff, but 2 tempered spins also do the trick.
And Argus is down. Now he's gonna go straight to Turtle Rock.
He will also have that luxury, like I said earlier, of not having to climb the mountain again, whereas Joey will.
Yep. It's gonna be the length of...
Length of Turtle Rock is the difference between our runners, basically. Which is going to put them pretty close going to GT. It'll be a minute or 2 difference at most, probably.
The length of Turtle Rock and how fast Joey's gonna climb.
Clara's making sure real quick he still has reserves before going up. But yeah, Go Mode Swamp takes very little time to do. And I suppose another thing I have to realize here is since Clara still has to climb up to Turtle Rock, that climb that Joey's taking is still going to be negated for the most part. I guess the question now is whether this could be made different just based on where the big key is in Ganon's tower.
We're not there yet.
We're not.
We'll have some guesses.
As soon as Joey gets to Argus down, though, then we'll have our time to guess. But it'll be interesting to think about whether this comes down to a left side, right side gamble.
Or a tile room gamble. Nobody wants to check tile room.
Yeah, it's always an odd one where the key's there. It just definitely doesn't make you feel good as a runner, that's for sure. Clara's gonna go open up Turtle Rock and reap it of what it's worth. Well, all it's worth to Claris right now at this point, though, is a crystal. Nothing else in it's really that important.
That's true.
So I do want to quickly point out here, too, we haven't found Butter's sword. Any guess as to where that might be?
We've checked pretty much everywhere, so I'm guessing Ganon. Ganon's tower.
There's a couple mirror locations we haven't checked that are possible, but Ganon's tower feels the most likely at this point with how little is left.
It could also have been in Swamp. Although, it could also be Vanilla.
True, neither runner actually went and checked the Pyramid Fairy. A little surprised we didn't see that, actually, from Claris before they went up to Death Mountain. Or not Claris, Joey. Because Joey went up there before beginning Go Mode.
Alright. There's doing Torch Room.
Finishes it rather quick, gets the cape ready to...
Joey's getting bodied.
Something else to note, too, that Joey will probably do before he goes up mountain again. I believe Joey's balls are both currently empty.
I would hope he gets a before he goes up. Joey having a little
also
problem.
Whipping multiple times with the arrows.
Little problem with the shooting gallery.
To be fair, Argus falls into that category of enemies that is, do you even hitbox? Because it's weird where his hitbox is.
I don't even think this is a hitbox problem.
I mean, it's both hitbox and accuracy in this instance. At this point, I probably would have just spawned him.
I think that's what Joey's doing.
Nope, he got the shot anyways.
That...
Took way longer than it needed to.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately. I was going to use the boomerang in the chomp room.
Good call. He's got an extra key. All he needs...
Again, if he does not check that middle location, which, again, I'm fairly certain at this point probably does not have Big Key, he will be able to skip Laser Bridge and save time. No, he does not have the Big Key. It is where the Big Key is.
Even still, he can skip that. the laser bridge.
No, he can't. He needs a key.
He uses the key. Oh, right.
Because he
It's
has,
locked him.
because of the fact that it's big key locked going up to this point, and he's going to have to spend at least one more small key here, and one more going down to the last floor.
That's right.
And as a reminder for when we saw it earlier, that key was in the very last chest from the top entrance.
He's gonna try and skip it.
I wonder if he remembers that he lacks the big key, because he actually can't do this without the big key.
I don't think he does.
Because I did not see it in his inventory when he went to switch to, I believe it was Fire Rod. If I catch another glimpse, I will look at it, but nope, no big key. I think he realized.
He realized. He's figured it out.
He'll figure
What?
it out now. And he is now remembering that it is in that one location where it usually is. Joey is going to make his way to GT. Time for a little guessing game. What
Oh,
number
right.
chest, 1 through 22,
There are.
get that big key in. You can also call a specific room and with a specific chest in mind, if there is one you're thinking of.
I'm gonna guess tile room. I feel tile room today.
I'm feeling, to make things interesting, I think it's going to be in the compass chest.
Compass chest? Is that Bob's chest?
Yeah, the one that's the one on the right side that makes the floor fall out, like in Skullwoods.
That'd be interesting.
I just want to see the left side, right side thing come to fruition here. I would also like to see no key in this room coming up. Make it the more risky maneuver.
Alright, we got bombs.
It's entirely possible now. And since Joey did not find the key, he would probably just do all of left before even checking right.
Shovel on the torch. That means Bob gets to live.
Yeah, neither one is going to go pick up that shovel at this point.
There's no reason to.
If it was butter, I would have definitely taken it, but it's just a shovel.
Oof. Taking a fall.
Nice little refill there. Probably would have liked that a bit later in the dungeon, though.
And he's
Another heart
got
container.
a little more
Looks
health.
like Ganon's tower was holding most of our health.
Alright.
This is, for those counting here, this will be chest number 8. Only
Just
5.
some chat. Just some chain.
Alright, so let's see if Claris... Yeah, no, from the looks of it, Claris is going to get that key in the last chest.
Yep.
Joey's going to make sure to pick up all those keys in their pots that he can. Make sure he doesn't have to double back at all. And he's going to make his way up towards chest number 9. Claris gets the key and is not going to go fight Trinex. That bonk is always weird, by the way, in that room. Just because you bound over the fire snake, it's like, that's not supposed to work, is it?
I think it's supposed to work.
Hitboxes are a little weird vertically in this game.
They are. And we're going to randomizer room.
Ten through 13 coming up here.
I want Buttersword to be in here.
Butter will probably be in this room, if it were to be anywhere. More health. Piece of health. Oh, there's big key.
There's-
Chest 12. So if you call 12, you win.
Alright. Joey making the climb.
Yeah, their hitbox on those fire snakes is a little weird that it is only in the front. I've definitely experienced that. Joey gonna make the climb. Claris, meanwhile, gonna go down Trinex.
I think
It's been
I think
chunked
Claris's
a bit, though.
I think Claris's only chance here is if Joey dies in the gauntlet.
Now, I don't remember seeing this. Did Joey ever go get more potions?
I don't believe so.
That may come back to be a problem later if Ganon doesn't go smoothly. With Silvers it should, but taking too much damage could result in a costly death.
That's true, and you don't get a health refill between Ganon and Aghanim.
No, you don't. It's one of the few things that you're not provided for free here.
It sounds like that's actually been a problem before.
Yeah. Claris could still catch up here. And
He could.
where the keys were, Claris will probably follow the same path that Joey did.
Potentially. He could just go...
It may come down to Gauntlet execution, which we're seeing right here. Nice first room.
Second room, not bad.
Second room is kind of a thing always, but that's alright. Third room.
Oof,
Yeah,
he
I
whiffed
wish-
a silver arrow.
I wish sniping that Zazdak was easier.
Alright. Claris,
now
making the
entering.
ascent.
Quick fourth room from Joey. Last room.
Nice shot in Stalfos.
Fairly clean Gauntlet overall.
Fairly clean.
Not going to take the reheal before. I actually heard for some reason that actually messes up the Lambola's pattern in this room when you bunny that particular... or powder that particular bunny transformer.
Really?
I don't know what it is. It's something I definitely heard from one of the commentators, though.
Looks like Claris going straight to left side.
Saves a little bit of time there. But if Claris decides to do Dark Magician, where he'll check these chests over here and then go to the right side, he will lose time.
A lot of time.
These rooms always look so flashy with the cane.
Apparently, if you, mess with that bunny, it makes all three land moluses spawn at once.
Yeah, I think I actually experienced that when I used it on one of my more recent runs. Joey
Alright.
not quite getting the ideal room here with the cane. He didn't get the last Wiz Robe in time.
And he's kind of low on health. Not a lot of safety
And he's got
left.
4 hearts, and I don't believe he has any... Yeah, he definitely doesn't have any potions. He at least has another Bunny Transformer and Anti-Fairy coming up in the next floor.
If
that
he
can
can
use
get to it.
reheal. But he's down to 3 hearts now. He should be okay.
He should be.
Maybe even
We'll
grab
see.
his heart for safety. No, he's just gonna go straight up.
Alright, looks like he's not doing Dark Magician.
No, Claris is just clearing out left.
Good call on his part.
It's a good call. He's gonna get the
Ooh,
key in a decent amount of time. Joey down to 2.5 now.
Joey,
Joey,
taking
be
some
careful
damage.
there.
I think it would actually be worse if he accidentally mirrored out.
Yeah. Significantly worse, because you'd put him right on par with Claris. There's his
All
refill.
right. There's his health refill. And his magic refill.
We're not Trolled Orb 2, and the last chest in the run. Will he open it?
Oh, and knocked
Oh.
straight off.
Straight off, right into the pit, the abyss.
Trolldorm living up to his name. Claris getting that big key.
It will be Claris's chest 10, from the looks of it. Opens 11 just for the heck of it.
Alright.
Not much of a reason not to. Second attempt on Joey goes much better. Will he open this chest?
Validation
Bombs.
check. Chest is just bomb.
So the only thing that we would have liked to see at this point is butter, and that would be
But
left up
that's-
to a complete mystery at this point, unless Claris decides to check the rest of the chest up top.
I don't see why he would at this point.
There's really no reason.
Alright, Aga,
Ooh.
let's go.
Two on the first. Not too
This
bad.
pattern's
doesn't
kind of
look much
sketchy.
better though.
With some blue balls.
Ooh, that was
Ooh,
a
and he-
little high. Little
He
high.
tapped Aga. That's not good.
2, 1, 1, 2.
That's not the worst.
Yeah, it definitely could have been worse. Oh, this is Oh, there it goes.
That was awkward.
Must be a few hiccups on Joey's end. Should clear out
Claris,
pretty quickly.
Claris going into the gauntlet. Doing some good execution.
Yeah, it was a decent first room, definitely.
It was not the greatest.
Not quite as efficient as what Joey did, but it was still solid.
Meanwhile, second room going much better.
Alright.
And
Yeah,
here's
the timers
Ganon.
are a little desynced, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Joey is now at Ganon and is going to end this run probably pretty soon.
Ganon with the melancholic
As a reminder,
quote.
though, no safeties for Joey. So if Joey's health gets low or he runs out of magic, the latter of which is less likely, he will have to redo the whole fight.
Alright. Joey taking a hit.
I believe bats are going to do 6. Ganon will... Not 6, 3. Ganon will do somewhere between 4 or 6.
Fortunately, he did not hit him enough the first time, so he's going to have to do another...
cycle here.
Yeah.
And I think because of his health situation, not having safety, he's going to have to take it safe. Nope, he's on teleports now.
Alright. Phase 3.
You got some warps. Clara's taking out Lambos with the arrows.
Textbook Landmo 2.
Joey getting ready for the silvers. A fall here would probably catch these two pretty close up.
Oof.
And taking a hit there means he's going to have to go get those torches. No torch glitch for Joey, even though it's not that important with silvers. This looks like a double.
Possibly. No, yep. That's a double. One more hit for Ganon.
He is going to have to light his torches again, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's a fall!
Where's that fall? Thank you for the Ganon laugh, by the way, our restreamer Alvi.
Ganon with the victory. Temporary. Polaris.
So Joey's going to have to
possibly
reheal the
catching
whole fight. Cannot reheal, though he can get a fairy quickly to get some of his health back.
up. Is he going to go for some safety?
That is the question.
No. No safety.
He is just going to go straight back in. Meanwhile, Claris is having a little bit of a hiccup now. Not too big of a problem. Should come back pretty fast. Meanwhile, Ganon starts again.
Oh,
I
Joey's
think at this
taking-
point, depending
I
since
think Joey's
Joey
rushing.
found Mirror where he did, he's probably at least a little bit worried he's behind.
maybe.
Because
This
it
is
was
an
one of the
interesting
last
position, though.
locations. It was in a bad location. He may feel like the fact that he did Turtle Rock first cost him somewhere. That was
Joey-
a very good second phase.
It was. Phase 3 is going pretty well too. He's being a little less troll with the teleports this time around.
Yeah, I think only
As
the
I
first
say
time.
that.
I want to say that's... I forget if that's RNG's the same every time.
Alright, is Joey going to prioritize the torch glitch, or is he going to try to... Yeah, is he going to try
This
and get
time
it?
he's looking for torches instead of getting that hit first.
Yep.
That's a double position right
Blair
there.
is having to restart the dungeon?
I think Claris may have fallen or something. Something happened over on Claris's end.
He probably had a crash,
He might have.
which unfortunately...
That means Joey will win this, and he has officially finished in first with an SRL time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 24 seconds.
Congratulations. Wait, he's... congratulations to Joey. Really good run. That is really unfortunate, though. And Claris with the
got
forfeit. Alright, so we're gonna pull him in now for an interview, possibly? That was a good race, though. It's unfortunate that Claris had that crash.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. We may have to ask exactly what happened there, just for everyone else. But yeah, it would have been pretty close if Claris could have managed to get to the top of the tower.
If he'd have been able to get to Aghanim, there was still a chance, but unfortunately not. That just leaves the question, where was Butter?
At this point, Butter could have been in any of the numerous chests we didn't check in Ganon's tower. It could have been in the swamp. Credits could tell us right now if it was actually located in the shovel's location.
It could.
I'm not seeing either of them here yet, so I'm not sure whether we'll actually be able to get our interview this particular race.
We'll see.
We still have a little bit of time, though.
I'd like to take this moment to tell everyone to give those runners a follow. They did an outstanding job. 2 hours and 4 minutes. It's a respectable time. They both showed some really good routing.
I would also like to take a very quick moment here to shout out our tracker, Kermit, and our restreamer, Alvi.
Alvi with the excellent sound effects.
Together. Alright, well, shovel location is so popping up here, so I'm going to take a quick look at that. Love again, so no, the sword was not there.
Just some more health.
So our sword and fourth bottle will remain an entire mystery, along with our third shield.
Although the third shield, it's not really necessary for the run.
It's not, but sometimes it's still interesting to know where that was. It is considered a major collectible, after all.
Alright.
I see Joey has pulled in, and there's Claris, so we're going to get both of them in just a moment. Alright,
Welcome,
GG's
guys.
you two. Great race.
Thank you.
So, Claris, I've got to ask, what happened?
The wheels fell off the train completely.
It,
They all started in Meyer when I had to go to the bathroom. I had to go. It wasn't gonna.
Oh, so that's
it
what
wasn't gonna do
happened
anything.
when the torches happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like go now or just do something you don't want to do.
I was more concerned about the crash.
Oh no, internet.
Oh.
It was
Okay.
during the crash I realized I ran out of keys.
Oh,
it
you
wasn't
ran
until
out
the
of
crash.
keys.
It wasn't until the crash I realized I ran out of keys.
You must have not picked up one of the ones under the pots.
Probably. Alright. Joey, that was some amazing routing.
I thought I was so far behind.
With where that mirror was, great location, by the way.
Yeah.
Claris found it first, but you finishing Turtle Rock was probably the deciding factor.
I thought Turtle Rock would have the mirror, and when it didn't, I panicked.
Yeah, that was initially my thought too.
I was so mad that I full cleared Hera and Ice Palace.
Yeah, Claris had to do Meyer, Swamp, and T-Rock in their entirety when he achieved Go mode after getting the cane.
No, I go moded. I go moded Swamp.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once I fell on Ganon, I thought it was over.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
fall on Ganon definitely put a couple of us on end there.
Usually, once I start dying again, it just kind of steamrolls from there.
Yeah, you had no safeties too. I was a little surprised you didn't go back to get some before climbing to the tower.
But that corner, though.
Yeah, you did get a very ideal corner on phase 2.
Yeah, wish I pulled off the triple, but oh,
The triple will forever be a myth.
wow, my heart is shot right now. Whenever I see the 2 hour mark hit and no one's not done, I get real scared.
Yeah, that I would think that gets particularly scary, especially in this kind of a competitive environment.
So, Claris, what do you say? Me, you, and Kermit for to see who rounds this out?
Yeah, we'll set up a time, but yeah, we should.
Unofficial three-way.
Yeah.
Just finish out the group strong, see who comes where.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a fierce fight for third place.
Well,
But-
thank you guys very much. I do got to get running, but thank you for everyone who restreamed, commentated, tracked. It's been a lot of fun doing this. Look forward to the spring one.
All right,
Jody,
and thanks for racing and congrats on your win again.
have
Thank
a
you.
great day. I think, unless Clarice has anything to add to that.
No. Many thanks to everybody who set this up. Everybody who raced in the qualifiers. Just everybody in general. This community is so awesome.
And be sure to check out more races. We've got races going all the time on this channel, on the speedrunning channels. It's not just Zelda either, it's all sorts of games. Got speedruns for days.
If they want a good location to redirect to, currently on Speed Gaming 3 right now, there is Zero Rush versus Genja going on. That run is about 40 minutes in. And for secondary races, we don't have anything else quite yet, but there will be another race on Randomizer Mania 2 in about 80 minutes, and one on Randomizer Mania 1 in about 2 hours.
Alright. Well, again, give everyone a follow, and I'm Drake Tempest, and have a good...
Yep, have a good day, everyone.
Yeah.